Right, let's go. Oh, your butt. Here we go. Let's go. Yeah. What's up? What's up, mister? Here, Belinda. Brandon.
From perhaps an emergency department or somewhere else in the hospital into a bed, and they're trying to figure out where the person in the bed can end up. Do you understand why they would look to try to expedite that process?
I can understand their thoughts, but it's just the whole way it's initiated is not conducive to the situation you're in at the time. And some people, it might work for them if, they're not aware of another bed being available than the ones that they've chosen. But they still should have the option of, accepting it or not and not being pressured into it and bullied and then threatened with a bill, charge.
What's the better way to do it, do you think?
I think they need to focus more on the long-term care situation and get it freed up so that they can accept more people. That's just a rough idea.
How's your father-in-law doing now?
He's doing great.
That's great.
From day one that he moved in where he wanted to be, he's been doing great.
And that's where he is. He's in the long-term care home that he really wanted to go to and that the family wanted him in.
Yes, exactly.
I'm glad to talk to you about this. This is a story that we're going to hear more about in terms of how it's playing out across the country. But Tamara, thank you very much.
Okay, thank you, Matt.
Tamara Moyer is in Chatham, Kent, Ontario. Jane Matus is the staff lawyer and institutional advocate for the Advocacy Centre for the Elderly. That centre has launched a legal challenge against this Ontario bill. Jane, good morning to you.
Yes. Oh, yeah. Do you want a cookie? Do you want a muffin or something?
Do you want a cookie?
Yes. Yeah, I can imagine it must have sounded like those people. Because there's going to be people who do not have the situation that we have in terms of, we seem to be getting it. Right, not that he's having a great time with therapy or they're having a rough time at school, but at least something's like working right now in terms of getting them to these places.
Yes.
There's going to be people who get none of that, right? Like no compliance with their child at all.
No. And then there are people who are using all their savings, their RSPs, they're selling their home, downsizing, to give their child a chance.
To relationships too.
Oh, well, that's what it said. It's not just the child that has autism.
Yeah, people. It's almost, well, what it basically is like, see how the situation with dad affected you.
Yeah.
It just, or if you had someone in your family who was like severe alcoholic.
Yes.
It goes to everything.
It does.
So there's, I think this one it's a long lasting. Because it's one of those ones where you see him when he has these good moments, and these times when he seems to be a lot easier to just keep doing things, and then when you want to help him, and like it's so simple as seeing you asking him for a hug, and he just doesn't seem like he wants to do it. Like he did that with Christine. He does that with Christine often at home.
Yeah.
He might seem sometimes like he's really loving with her, like, oh, take my hand. last night she came from work and she was like, oh, Brendan. And then he went, oh, mama. And so she said, oh, Brendan, come here, give me a hug. And then he was like, no. And he like stamped his hand down. She's like, come on, I haven't seen you all day. Give me a hug. Like, I don't know. It just sometimes he doesn't.
Yeah.
He's making
And
a
it's
big
hard
lunch.
not to, it's hard for Christine not to take that personally.
So you just want to give them. You don't want to be mad, and then it's all that conflicting. You can get frustrated with him, but you don't want to be mad. But actually, when something will go wrong,
Yes.
so she would just not do that. Because at other times he doesn't do that, and you see it on the side. And she says this a lot. She will say, "This is the Brendan I like. This is the Brendan I like to see." Because it's like a little bit of a switch.
Yeah.
It's not a personality change. It's just his comfort with everything. It just seems like it's different.
Just, I often think of that too. I like, hope you guys are, I think sometimes I even say to you, Christine.
Well, it's just frustrating overall for everything. Because there's nothing you can do except be there.
Well, and it all so much depends on the parent's personality. Like you've got this personality that you're open to things being different. As a matter of fact,
If we can't go anywhere because he can't go anywhere, that's already fitting into my comfort of, hey, I don't really mind if he goes somewhere or don't go anywhere, one way or the other. That doesn't, it's not like a devastation, oh, we can't go to the movies or we couldn't go get together for a thing at the main.
yes.
Just,
Yeah.
just happen that way.
Do you want to get him a bagel or
Yeah, maybe for later.
Okay.
But I'll have just a plain toast with butter.
not half butter?
Oh, half butter. Yeah.
Did you say yes, huh?
Yes.
Good morning, my tea order.
Yes, could I have a large coffee, triple cream, a
Large triple cream, okay?
plain bagel toasted half butter?
Let me check on the plain bagels.
Sure.
Yeah, we have a plain bagel, half butter.
And what kind of cookies have you got?
Cookies are chocolate chunks, M&M, Reese's, and chocolate lava.
M&M.
Okay?
And that's it.
Okay, 740. Come around.
Sorry, Robin, that cost $2.29 a cookie.
That's fine. She likes those.
Yeah. I don't think I've ever tried that one. Obviously,
likes
the
that
Easter
one.
egg one's gone.
Yeah, she said that one was good.
It was very good. And it wasn't a ton of Easter eggs, but there was also chocolate in
There was
there.
enough. Yeah.
Oh, great. Thanks,
I
Robin.
mean, when it comes right down to it, it's like you can't help your own child. And that'd be like someone who's born with a child who's paralyzed or has some illness or like you
Yeah.
can't even do the thing you think you're sort of there to do, right? And you're
And right from day
handless.
one, like, you can't hug the... Right? Remember when he was a baby and he didn't want to be...
Yeah. Pulls you in a few directions.
Oh,
He can pull you in a lot of directions yourself. You just need the big Bagel.
the bagel.
And then on top of all that, you still have to somehow stay on top of, your own good side.
Yes.
And not let it get, well, you can let it get you down, but again, what does that help anyone else then? What does that help the child? What does that help the person you're with and your friends or your workplace?
So sorry about that.
No, that's okay.
It just pulls everything down too.
You check to see if it's the right one, or at this point it doesn't matter.
Oh no, it's good.
Yeah, Robin, it's
There's-
not an easy path that you have.
It's one of those ones where you think, okay, you have a child that has this or that, okay, where do you go get them help? Not really. You're actually not a warden, but you're as much of a therapist as the therapist is that works with you. You maybe don't have that expertise or credentials and know, let's say,
Well, you two have learned amazing.
but you're doing it day in, day out. You're still needing that as well, on top of everything else. Yeah, someone at my manager at work gave a caregiver meeting, like helping them, keeping them safe, providing for them. Like, this is someone who's paralyzed, completely helpless, but in many ways, and in a lot of situations, he is helpless.
Yeah, and it's such a far-reaching effect.
there's some ground that you like moved ahead or something. But it's happened enough times that there can be just as easily a fall back or you get a lot of aggression or something's just not right with it.
Yeah.
That you don't think, I don't think they're that anymore. I think Christine still does.
Yes, I think it hits her differently for sure.
Because you kind of, you have that assumption. There's a line in a song by The Who, you know, The Who, Pete Townsend, whatever.
Yes.
You were under, or something about you made the mistake of thinking because you were moving always onward that you were going somewhere forward. You make a lot of assumptions of yourself. It doesn't mean you have to be negative and think you'll never have it, but you have to be a little more, whatever that word is, pragmatic or realistic.
Yes, yes.
You have to take it for what it is at that space and time.
And that's not easy.
Don't be putting things on him thinking this is happening. Because all you're doing is creating a mold around it and then it breaks you just again.
And you're setting yourself up for, look at that doggy. That nice dump. That pose. It's a good dump pose there.
It doesn't help because it'll just send you up and down, up and down.
Yes, yes. So, you know, when Christine goes off, the hero there, it's really good for her. I think she needs those times, not just for kitchen and helping Heidi and Chris, but, you know, going for a fun thing.
It gives her, she doesn't have the same ability to just not do that.
No.
Like I can get absorbed in something that's in there. Whether it's music or a book or just
Yes.
drawing something. I have that whole area there that she doesn't do that at all.
No.
She might do some of those Sudoku or something like that. She does these things on her iPad. It's like coloring
Yes.
a picture.
Yeah.
Very interesting ones where you tap the color. It's like color by numbers, but it's on your pad. She does things like that, and there's some other things she could do for a while. Not craft stuff, but again, she doesn't really have that. If I'm ever just sometimes it doesn't help to be upset because it's not a creative mood to be in.
I know.
But that's an area
being
that I could
upset-
just zap into and be like, that just takes you away.
Yeah.
And
But being upset, you're not really in control, right? Unless you are, unless you're able to think that way. You do.
no, and again, it's you have to, if you don't have that control in that moment, it makes
So
it
hopefully
difficult.
you and Christine complement each other. And
Well, I don't know. She says I think sometimes we're a mismatch.
she what?
We're a mismatch because I don't have that outgoing.
Well, your dad and I are a mismatch.
Well, that's what I said. I said, look at your dad and mom. It doesn't always have to be.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember thinking like before I knew your dad that I mean I went on some dates and sometimes even more than once kind of thing with the same person. I always remember thinking I don't want something to just
Be all right to just go. Oh, we gotta grab his pad.
Oh, he's got it set up there. I don't know if he's recording my bald
I think it's
spot
still,
in the back.
it's still. Or no, it's pointed that way.
Okay.
The camera's.
Are you gonna take it or just leave
No,
it?
I'm gonna take it.
Oh, okay.
And it's one of those things. It's not easy to sort of get. Sometimes people don't get to that point where it's like, say something's a tragedy or something is horrible.
Yeah.
You cry 1,000 times in a row, days or months. I'm not saying you don't have to cry that. That's not sort of where I am. I'm just, when you're done all that, they're still dead, or they're still sick, or he's still autistic.
Yes.
Like if you can sort of do a little bit of a jump and see that there is something else there. Because if you fall into that, you just become, you get like Christine, she gets very frustrated. Because
Yes.
she can't help him. Or feels she can't help him enough.
Yeah.
Or can't do her job. We get into all that stuff.
Robin, could you do yourself a great big
Yes.
buy yourself